I don't see anything coming through on that. What the heck? Okay, that's all working. That's all working. Okay, well anyways, what we're doing here is we're going to sell food. Going to sell a bunch of food. Pretty much everything in here that I've been storing for the last week. Yeah, this is how you make your money. Make your energy links. And of course, I'm on Mandafoo, so let's go ahead and come over here to this first base. Now these merchants set like once every week. And that is in each of these encampments that they have. Each one of them has 50,000 energy links. Of course, I'm extremely overweighted right now. Shop, you want to come to sell, and you want to come to cost, and here you'll see all of these different items. Stardust Malt Ale, 1200. That comes from using your deviated crops. But if like you're new, blueberry soda, orange soda, both of them or one or the other, if you're making a new character, just go to your Eternal Land, make a storage there, have your main like put in a bunch of orange seeds, a bunch of blueberry seeds. I would suggest throwing some mushroom seeds in too, because if you're growing a bunch of mushrooms, you have a good chance to get some of the growshroom deviations. But if you have extra growshroom deviations, throw those into that chest there in the Eternal Land thing as well. And then you'll be able to claim that, you know, through your monthly allowance of those 20,000 coin things that you get. But anyways, enough of this. Let's go ahead and sell some of this stuff off. Well, yeah. Huh. See that? You could just sell this stuff right here. Make some good money. Stock up. Corn ale. Okay, yeah, 200 for that. Okay, so we got 210 left. So, all right. Let's pop on over to another encampment here. I come right down here. And of course, depending on how often you log into Once Human, how much you want to be actually messing around with crops, it really just depends on how much you get growing. How often you want to grow. What crops are you growing? I'm not going to barely run up the hill here. We're just going to do this. There we go. Okay. Over here, come to shop. Same thing. He's got 50,000. Go to cost. All right. We got 1,200 for that. 54. Malt ale. Got 3,200 left. Yeah, if you keep doing this, I mean, you can make $250,000 every week. And believe me, it makes it a lot easier, especially if you want to go to the marketplace and buy a bunch of different stuff. Like maybe you didn't get some of those really good specializations. Well, if you're lucky, you can find those in the marketplace. You're going to have to spend time searching, let me tell you what. But corn ale, Huh. All right. 20,000 for that. Let's see here. What else we got? Malt ale. Okay, we got 10,000 left. Woohoo! Let's see. Let's take this right up here. Okay, he's sold out. Where to next? Here at Graywater Camp. Oh, yeah, that's a long run up there. Here, I'll just put the bike out. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Hit the wrong key, I guess.
Every recording played on forward radio is drawn from the Rosetta Corporation's extensive archive of cultural heritage. Even in the face of
Okay, come to him. Don't attack him. Come in there. See what we can sell here. Malt ale. And all that. Said he had what, 15,000 left? Yeah, okay, he's broke. Yeah, I tell you what, if you're not doing this, if you got a lot of stuff that you're stockpiling up every week, you want to definitely make sure you're coming here and doing this every time they reset. Like I said, it's once a week. Each vendor once a week. My weight is way overloaded with all this stuff I'm carrying here. Lacey, let's go ahead and sell some goodies to you too. I need to save some malt ore. Let's see, we got Stardust. All right, sell that. Let's see what we get. Whoa, gee. Pretty much right there. Look at that. We got some corn ale. That way I can get my money's worth here. Got 200. I'll just leave the 200 there. Okay, so that's all of the merchants here on the Manibus map. So let me come through and actually what we're going to do, we're going to log out of here and we're going to go over to the Way of Winter map. I'll show you where the vendors are on the Way of Winter map, and that's a permanent server for me as well. I like this little cut screen they have here, even though it kind of delays. Yeah, it delays, takes a little bit longer for you to actually go from one character to the other now. So, which one's that? Right here, okay. Way of Winter. There we go. Yeah, but like, if I want to take any one of these three main characters I have and make another new character, I would take one or all of these characters, put stuff in the space-time backpack, and then I would get on that new tune, and once I could do it, I would draw that stuff, the seeds and whatnot, from that space-time backpack. You can see here, look at this. Tons of stuff. Having a little bit of lag, but that's because I got all the streaming stuff running here. I still got to do some tweaking on that, but I finally got the actual overlay, the chat overlay, to work. Because I only have one computer monitor that I want to mess with. I don't want to have, you know, my chat on one monitor, and I definitely don't want to be doing stream chat on a phone. And to me, it's just, you know, it's so much easier to have everything on one screen. Took a little bit of trial and error to find the right stuff to do it, but everything I did was free and it worked really good. So, all right, Way of Winter map. First base we're going to go to sell stuff is Camp Igloo. Camp Igloo, here we come. better take this out because we got a ride on inside and we're extremely underweight. I should say overweighted. So yeah, you just come in here. Come right in here. I'm not even going to bother. Sometimes I try to ride the bike up this, but kind of just a waste of time. You just come right on over here, and the vendor you sell stuff off to is right here. And I have an issue. Oh my gosh. Where's my malt? Gosh. That was crazy. Okay, anyways. Yeah, I totally forgot about the lunar thing here. Oh, gosh. All right, cost 50,000. Fresh 50,000 right there. Now we're down to 0. Very good. Okay, on to the next camp. Or where it's at. Right over here. Whalebone. Here we go. Yeah, you know, and the more you are stockpiling your crops, doing your crops and whatnot, the more you're going to get deviated plants as well, and it's from those deviated plants that you can make all of these stardust drinks. However, keep in mind though, if you're doing the stardust tea, it does have an expiration timer on it, so you want to make sure that you're able to get out and get it sold. $14,000, $3,200. Okay, let's just get on with the show. Okay, sold out there. All right, on to the next one, which would be right over here, going to the Bear's Den. This vendor, remember I came up from right here, right back there. You want to run up here and come into this cafe, and the person you sell to is right here. Yeah, I know how boring. You're selling stuff. I feel for you. If you're watching this, I feel for you. But, you know, if there's something you can learn from it, maybe you're seeing something or learning how to get to one of these locations, you know, if it helps, then that's great. You know, that's what I'm taking my time to do here. So we got 3090 in here, huh? Now, let's just see. Whoops. Okay, we'll just leave that one alone. Okay, on to the next base. And that would be Ground Unfallen. Here we go. This guy is kind of tricky to find, like if you're a new player and you're trying to find him the first time. So yeah, this one hopefully will help you out. He's like clear in the back here. Don't go up there. He's clear back here. One of my animals. Where's my other animal? So I thought one of these had a a backpack on it. Even though I should have a backpack. I should have a additional backpack on me. But these things are so heavy, so. Alright, Stardust. Ooh. We got 800 left, so may as well squeeze them dry. There we go. Okay, on to the last base, and that's over here. Oblivion. Believe me, the name matches the territory. This one isn't too hard to find. This merchant you talk to here is just like literally right here in the very back. Up on them right on here. These are all pretty close together, so yeah, right here. Shop. Okay. Of course, you can see the reset. 1 day, 2 hours. Or not. No. Refresh cooldown. What? That don't sound right. Maybe it's a time of the week. Generally, it's like once a week. Got 1,000 left. Okay. Huh. Okay, sold out. Refresh cooldown. Okay, no. It's an automatic reset on a set schedule. It has nothing to do with when you actually sell everything to the merchant. I thought the reset started at the time you sold everything to the merchant. So, see, I can come back here in just over a day and resell stuff again, but, you know, I mean, I have a few items I could do that with, but not that many, so. Okay, but yeah, that was a Way of Winter. That's all the locations for your bases, at least the 5 that I know of. I believe there is only 5 bases, or 5 encampments, friendly NPC encampments where you can sell stuff, buy stuff. And of course, you have the big marketplace you can go to as well. So, anyways, thank you all for watching this small stream. It's still a work in progress as I tweak everything. I've got to like literally check and see how it works with every game that I play, because one game may look better and another game may look like complete crap. So I've got to tweak the settings to where I find a happy space that works with every game that I play. So it's going to be trial and error. See you all in the next Once Human video. Keep safe. Peace.